80s picture, probably.
Early 80s, yep. And it's always fun to kind of get to share on social media these pictures because
And we are live.
well, that's excellent. Thank you, Mitch. And so, yay, hooray. But well, Scott, before we kick off our show as we normally do, I am Kayleen, co-host with Scott Sheeler, my good friend, and founder of the SEFCA Foundation. And Scott, we were just kind of geeking out. How was your weekend?
It was great. It was busy. I was sharing that my son plays travel baseball, which is a big deal here in Atlanta, and he did really well. His Team Elite won the championship, and so we played lots of baseball, and it was fun. We just had a great time, and it's the weather's beautiful here. It was 70 degrees pretty much all weekend, and so it was a good time to be at the ballpark.
That sounds amazing. Now, what position does he play in baseball?
So he plays a lot. He plays catcher, third base. With this new team, he's mainly playing in the outfield. So, and he's a pitcher. So he has a really strong arm. So any position that requires, a good strong throw, he's usually in those positions. So, and he loves to hit the baseball. That's his favorite thing, is hitting. So.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like he's going to be really good with the hammer too. Good, technical skills as well. It's excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, before we get started, I usually have something to geek out about, and I have to share this because I'm a big Lego fan and really enjoy their builds. And they recently came out with a completely new line of flowers. And I've never seen them. This was a surprise gift, but Scott, it was so much fun. So I had to share. Building it was really cool because in the book, they talk about how they're reusing the droid parts to make the Snapdragons, and how the vehicle pieces are the poppies. So that was my geek out for today.
Wait, so is that a kit? Is that like a flower kit that you actually buy from Lego? That's so neat.
Yes, and so this is the flower kit, but there's also a bonsai tree one that I've been equally checking out because it's, I don't know, I have a lot of their architecture series, and it's really cool to see how they're continuing to innovate to entertain adults. And so Legos just aren't for kids. It's really true. But I'm excited because I think, and I look at this and I wonder what would it have been like if I could have gone to school where I could even printed my own pieces or learn how to design, and where would have that led my career? And today's guest I'm so excited about because Scott, I want to stock this school. I don't want to make it weird, but like I think I'll finally get over the humidity to get to attend school at this place.
It's exciting. It's just north of Atlanta, up in Cobb County. It's about maybe 20-30 minutes north of Atlanta, and students can get started at a really young age learning construction skills. And I wanted to share something really interesting with you, Kayleen. Later this week, we have another hiring fair for Construction Ready here in Atlanta. And check these numbers out. I think we have 10 graduating students. They're adults, but 10 graduates. And we have 18 different companies coming to interview 10 adults. 18 companies, everything from plumbing, electrical, highway construction. And so, and each one of those companies might have 2 or 3 jobs. So if you do the math, that's like over 50 jobs for 10 graduates. And that's the state of our industry. On one hand, it's exciting and awesome. On another, it's like, oh, wow, we've got to fill these jobs for these employers. And that's what's so cool about this program up in Cobb County is students can get started at a really young age, getting prepared for these amazing and very numerous jobs that are out there in the construction industry. So I'm super excited about our guests today.
Yes, and Scott, thank you for sharing that information because that's terrific. And really, what a great incentivizer for people to go to SEFCA.org and check out the Construction Ready program, because with those kind of odds, I mean, I'm not saying you're guaranteed a job. It really is dependent on your skill and, are you hireable or are you not? But you need all the skills to do it, Scott. Wow, that's very impressive and very exciting. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Now we're going to, go and stock this school. So, perfect. We did pull up the website. So this is where folks can find out more information, constructionready.org. And so, gosh.
And Kayleen, I'll mention one thing really quickly. So the program was designed mainly for adults who are looking to transition, into a new career. But if you're a high school student, who's getting ready to graduate here in the next few weeks, and you're not sure what you want to do, you think you might be interested in construction, Construction Ready is a great program because you can get through it in 4 weeks, and you could be working in our industry. We have a 97% placement rate. You could be working in our industry before the end of the summer. So, but getting back to our guest today, if you're a younger high school student and you're in Cobb County, this is definitely a program you're going to want to check out. And if you're a school or any school leader around the country, this is a program you're going to want to get to know because they're doing some amazing things in Cobb. And I can't wait to hear from our guests today.
Me either. And I even like the name, that it's the Cobb Innovation and Technology Academy. It really kind of, I think, brings a level of, I don't know, makes it a bit more prestigious, let's say, as far as participating in these programs where we know they're valuable careers. So it's getting to interview Dr. Tiffany Barnes today, and it's awesome. This is going to be such a fun chat. Now, Scott, real quick, you're hanging out till the end. So if there's any questions from our viewers, you are here around to answer those as well, correct?
Absolutely. I'll be back at the end.
Awesome. Well, Scott, thanks for hanging out. And I'm delighted to say hello and introduce our guest, Dr. Tiffany Barnes. How are you doing today, Doctor?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am absolutely terrific. I'm so thrilled that you're here and joining us today because I actually watched the walkthrough video for your campus and I'm jealous off the bat. I mean, it's a beautiful video, first of all, but I'm seeing all these technology things that are coming in, and I do love the name. I think it's awesome. So tell me a bit more about this campus, because let's abbreviate it, right? Is it Ceta?
So that's what it has become, Ceta. So okay. At first we were like, is it going to be Ceta? Is it going to be Ceta? But it has been Ceta. Everybody has stuck with that. I think everybody loves it. So we go with Ceta, but Ceta is truly a student experience. From everything, when you look at it, it does not give you a traditional high school vibe. So one thing I really want to point out is that we're a district-wide program. So we're designed to support the high schools in Cobb County. We are not a high school. So what we do is offer CTAE or career tech classes, and we are asking kids to kind of figure out what they want to do. So that's a lot to ask a kid, like, what do you want to be? What do you want to? So we work with them to figure out and navigate things, because they may come here and say, I want to be in healthcare, and get in healthcare and be like, that's not for me. And then end up in construction. And so we meet with them twice a semester, and it's really a student-centered environment.
I'm so jealous. So, okay, I moved to Georgia, or I'm a new student in Georgia. Who can attend this campus?
So any Cobb County student can attend, any 9 through 12 high school age Cobb County student. We accept students primarily going from 8th grade to 9th grade, but that doesn't mean that if you're in 9th grade and you've tried your base school and you're like, this isn't for me, or they don't have a pathway for me, we can accept a kid going from 9th to 10th. So the application opens in October and it typically closes in January. And then by February, you know if you got in or not. And then we give you a month to make the decision.
That's absolutely incredible. Okay, so real quick, where can students go to find out more information on how to apply right when they open for application?
So we are on the Cobb County District website, so cobbk12.org, and it's the CETA page is up there. It's listed with the magnets, even though we're not a magnet, so that you can find it that way if you're looking at alternative programs. You can also just search for us and we pop right up. So students can kind of get a feel. You can see our faculty and staff. You can see some building renderings. The next thing we're about to put up is some student testimonials, so you can hear from them as well.
Oh, I love that. So I really encourage all of our viewers to go check that out. Okay, so beyond applying, and I'm obviously a geek for construction, but it's interesting, you do say healthcare, and they use a lot of the same power tools that we use. So there's a lot of good crossover. There are 15 pathways offered. What are some of these 15 pathways?
So we have cybersecurity, we have networking, energy and power, clinical lab, patient care, EMR, which is emergency medical responder, phlebotomy, surgical tech. We have automotive, carpentry, welding, HVAC, masonry, plumbing. So something for everyone. There really is an opportunity for students to kind of come here and find their way.
I love all those options too, because they are very employable off the bat. Even getting your phlebotomy, certificate, there's a lot of employment around there. So what kind of hands-on training does it take happens in the school, and then where do their careers take them? And while you answer that, I'm so sorry, I have to go close my window. So
you're fine.
Fans, my awkward from work from home. All right.
So our students get a hands-on opportunity in each of their pathways. And so a high school pathway is 3 courses. They have an entry-level course. So for healthcare, it's Introduction to Healthcare Science. For construction, it's a safety course. For Introduction to Digital Technology, is for cybersecurity and networking. So they have that foundational fundamental class. And then the next level is more of something specialized. So for healthcare, it's Essentials of Healthcare. And then for construction, carpentry, electrical, plumbing, and masonry all go to a similar or the same second level course, but welding is Introduction to Metals, and then HVAC has its own second level course. The third level is where they begin to specialize. And then after that, we have what are called EOPAs, so end of pathway assessments. And those are all industry recognized credentials. So these kids will sit through 3 classes, and then they'll sit for an industry credential, whether it's they're getting their OSHA 10 certification, or in healthcare, they could be a CNA when they get done with the patient care pathway, or an EMR, or a surgical tech, or a phlebotomist. So they're getting these credentials, and then we encourage them to participate in work-based learning and dual enrollment. So if you're a student that knows that you want to go into construction, we have partnered with Chattahoochee Tech, and you'll start taking those technical college certificates, and you can go right into the field, and you can have the opportunity to get hands-on experience with work-based learning, but also start taking those dual enrollment classes. And so that student then begins to build their portfolio and those hands-on experiences. And then they can decide right after high school, do I want to keep going to a technical college? Do I want to go to a 4-year school? Do I want to go to the military? We've got several construction kids right now going to the military after they graduate. Or they could go and work while they're in college. There's so many different options when they get done.
That's really what I'm so excited about, is it's honest to goodness options every way you look at it. And for a student to really be able to explore that is so incredibly cool. Now, a lot of this, because these students are coming away with certifications from industry, who's teaching these classes? Who are the educators helping pass on all this good knowledge?
So we have a remarkable team, and everyone on our team has industry experience or is currently still working in the industry. So we have, our construction teacher has been an independent contractor for over 20 years. My healthcare teacher is a registered nurse. She started off as a surgical tech, and she still works at Emory and Choa. So staying current on the skills that they're teaching, every one of our teachers has industry experience in the content that they're teaching.
That's amazing. Hey, so if there are any industry folks wondering how they can help out and pass out their knowledge, they need to give Dr. Barney a call immediately.
Yes.
So you kind of touched on it, but can you give me a few other examples of the credentialings that students receive? While I love OSHA 10, that's fantastic, and the CNA program as well, but what else?
So we have phlebotomy, so they can be a phlebotomy tech, surgical tech, EMR, so emergency medical responder when they get done, CNA. Our cybersecurity students, not only do they have their end of pathway assessment, but the teacher has built where they can get credentialing throughout. So we had first semester 9th graders sit and pass their Python certification in coding. They're going to do a programming certification this semester, so they could have up to 5 credentials when they get done, which is remarkable for students to be able to continue to build that portfolio. Now, our construction area is a little bit different. So they'll have their OSHA 10 certification, but they're really getting the hours and the experience. So we have a heavy equipment simulator over there, and we've talked to people like C.W. Matthews who've said, if your kids get lots of experience on this, then we can bring them to a job site and they can actually get on the pieces of equipment. So allowing them to really get hands-on with the fields that they think that they're interested in.
I'm so jealous again. That heavy equipment simulator is the bee's knees. It is. I don't know. I'm meeting a lot of industry professionals who are appreciative of this technology because it is preparing students in a way that they haven't been able to before. And oh my gosh, what an amazing opportunity. So how can companies participate and really support Ceta?
Ceta.
All right.
So they can participate in a number of ways. There is always, right now we have state-of-the-art equipment, we have everything we could possibly need, but part of us being an innovation and technology academy is staying current with what's going on. So even if you're providing the information on, hey, we don't really use that in industry anymore, you probably need this. Or if you have something that you're like, okay, we have extra of this and you want to transition it to the school, we'll do that. We do mock interviews for the students. So you could participate in mock interviews, you could be a guest speaker. So there's funding, there's participation. You can join an advisory council. So we have advisory committees for each of our different areas. So healthcare has one, construction has one, automotive, energy and power, and cybersecurity and networking. So there's so many different ways that a person can plug in. It doesn't necessarily always have to be financial. It could be volunteering that time and that. So students love to hear from people that are in industry all the time. What's it really like out there?
I love it. Now, if any of our viewers right now want to participate, what's a great contact bit for you that they can reach out?
So they can send me an email. My email is my first name dot my last name. So tiffany.barney@cobbk12.org. And just let us know that you are interested in engaging with our program.
I love it. I hope we break the internet today from so many people emailing you. And
I love it.
Now, but the campus is fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
You folks have been open about a year now.
August, yep.
Oh my gosh, wow. What's been the most interesting thing finding out of the past year that we could totally geek out about? I mean, I'm a nerd.
So obviously the pandemic made us pivot, because we were planning to open this facility face to face and we went fully virtual. What I realized is that our students are so resilient and that there's so much technology that allows us to engage with them. Whether it's students coming face to face to get on the heavy equipment simulator or being a part of the anatomage. We have an anatomage table in healthcare, which is a company that uploaded cadavers, and then the students can rotate, suture, they can identify different parts. So whether it's them participating in that face-to-face, or we were able to do an anatomage challenge with them at home. So they were able to compete against different schools with their anatomy and what they've learned. So realizing that there's so many different avenues out there for students to get this experience. I think that's been the craziest thing that we've done.
I am so impressed. I'm taking so many notes too, because I've seen that device and I'm really excited on how people did take advantage of the virtual setting to have competitions. You know, we can still connect and be creative about it. Oh, how cool. I hope they win next year's challenge. So what is the next phase of growth for the school? I mean, you know, kind of with the hiccup with not going full in person, what's the next phase?
So we will continue to add students. The building maxes out at 500. So we'll accept about 150 every year until we get to that magic number of 500. But the other thing that we plan on doing is more community engagement. Keep in mind that this is a district-wide program. So we want to have camps for little kids, and I may not tell them that they're coming here to code, but I may invite them to come play with a robot. So that sounds exciting to an elementary school kid, and they're learning the coding and the cybersecurity while they're doing that. I also may have a high school student that is not quite sure they want to change schools to come over here, and because our students do take their academics at Osborne and they're Osborne students, but they want to experience this during the summer. We're planning on creating some summer activities for high school students, some community engagement events. We really want this to be a community project, so everybody is bought in together.
I absolutely love this so much. It's so smart. Oh my gosh. It really is so fantastic to see the variety of ways you're really getting people excited. But I think for me, the most exciting thing is this is tuition free and it's open for students in the Cobb County School District. So can you please remind our viewers again, how can they get their student a spot at this amazing academy?
So they can go to our website. We will post the application link in early October, and it will be open until the end of December, beginning of January. And that's how you can apply. The other really cool thing is that because we accept students from across the district, we also provide transportation. So it is centralized bus stops within 5 miles of each person's house. And so if you can't bring your kid all the way to Ceta and take them back if they're not already zoned to Osborne, then you can take them to one of those bus stops and we will bring them there and then return them after school.
I love it. Oh, this is so good because now these kids are going to have amazing careers, and you're making it easier on the families too. Dr. Barney, I'm so excited. I can't wait to drive out there and pretend to be a ninth grader again.
Yes, come visit anytime.
I absolutely love it. This has been beyond wonderful. And just one more time for our viewers, would you mind giving your email address as well? Let's do it 3 times so they all remember.
It's tiffany.barney@cobbk12.org. So TIFFANY Barney, like the big purple dinosaur, or Barney Rubble, or any of those, BARNEY @cobbk12.org. Tiffany.barney@cobbk12.org. Please contact me.
I love it. Thank you so much. And hey, let us know. I would love to come out and do a virtual visit with your students as well and be a geek.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, it's amazing. And I really hope that all the parents in Cobb County take advantage of this facility, because in the ones that I've seen across the US, this has got to be one of the most state-of-the-art that I've seen yet. And so, yeah, I hope there's a big waiting list. So Dr. Barney, thank you again very much for joining us. And if you don't mind hanging out just for a little bit longer, because we're going to be bringing on another guest, and then I'd like to have all the group back together at the end. So thanks
I'll
for
be here.
Awesome. Oh, most excellent. And so next we are bringing in Sharon Mason, who's the president of the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce. I'm so excited because it's wonderful to see the partnership between not only the school district, but then also the Chamber of Commerce. So Sharon, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing? Oh, you might be on mute still. This is a fun game of charades though. Hi.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for hosting this and having me.
I am so beyond thrilled. I'm jealous that I don't live there. And how excited are you to have this school in your county? I mean, it's off the charts.
Oh, it is definitely off the charts. It's amazing. And it is going to make a tremendous difference in the lives of these students and our overall workforce. Our employers are thrilled about it. And it has been a long time coming. It's been a very intentional effort over the years to get to where we are. And I'm just so proud of Tiffany and her leadership and all that's happening at the Academy.
It is a really great partnership. You know, even seeking out skilled educators for the students, but then providing the credentialing is just off the charts. And so how does the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce support Ceta?
So we support in a lot of ways. It actually, in our role as an economic development advocacy organization. And so back when SPLOST was being discussed, which is special purpose local option sales tax, the renewal of the education SPLOST, this was a project that was on the table for the College and Career Academy, now called Ceta. And it was something that we really pushed because we knew this was going to help students, employers, and help students to match their passion abilities and have access to great careers and exposure to great careers and really help them get on a career path that they want to be on, and make sure they know about all these great jobs we have in their backyard. And so we advocated for the funding to happen, and it did. It passed by a wide margin. And that enabled this to start taking place. And then our role as a business organization has been helping support Tiffany as this is being built to make sure that the businesses are there and as instructors and providing that support and really making sure it helps the students see truly the picture of what that industry is like and have that access. And so they've been so great about getting a lot of input from all the different industries. And so we've been helping bring those folks to the table. And so it's been a big part of our strategy, our partnership strategy that we call Cobb Workforce Partnership. And that's actually a big initiative of our Select Cobb Economic Development arm. And Cobb Workforce Partnership brings together K through 12 higher education and businesses and works on solutions. And this is one of them. That's been a big initiative. It's a big partnership initiative, and we've been playing a supporting role to advocate for the funding from the SPLOST anywhere to the bringing businesses to the table. But just excited to keep on this journey and to see the success of these students. It's great with this opening up.
It's exactly that, because now too, being a part of the Chamber of Commerce, you're going to have skilled employees to work at these businesses in the county and make sure that they thrive. And then kind of everybody does. It's great. I'm so excited. And can you tell me a little bit more on how, if folks want to find out more information about the Cobb Workforce Development Program, where could they go to find information on that?
So it's all on our website, cobbchamber.org. And there's a lot of initiatives under there that you'll see. I know actually just pulled up right now is cobbhires.com, which is our big job site that we're pushing. And we're really trying to link it all together to help bring it all together, because workforce is the number one reason that companies choose Cobb County and that companies continue to expand in Cobb County. And it's important that students know about all the many resources that they have and have access and understand how great some careers are. And so you'll see under Select Cobb, our workforce study, we actually just, under that Select Cobb umbrella in the middle, we just released our 2021 workforce study, where we're focusing on many partnership solutions like this to make sure that we have top workforce and companies know that they've got the great talent and the top talent to meet their jobs. And Ceta plays such a critical role in that to help companies have this type of access and have that type of understanding. So yeah, I think under Ceta is probably all spelled out under our website. But if you go back to the homepage under Cobb Chamber, I think that's the greatest place to be under there. If someone wants to be part of Cobb Workforce Partnership, we'd love to have them aboard. And we actually have target industry councils based on 5 industries that are key target industry areas. And with the study recently, we added logistics. So we focus on healthcare, biotech, construction trade is the second one. We advanced manufacturing, technology, and then now logistics. And of course, Ceta is a key partner there that's helping us really in all the areas. I know as Tiffany explained, they've got different areas that focus on these types of career paths, and you can have exposure to it and see, hey, this is something I really enjoy doing, and these are great paying jobs, and I can also get some experience and make some money and at the same time, and
all of it. It's so good. And I love so much the partnership. It's authentic. And I wish I could clone you both and then take you all across the US, because also the Cobb Chamber is very supportive of a lot of initiatives that are really not only supporting students, but parents. And in fact, tonight we do have a parent event where parents can find out some options for their students after high school. And so, oh my gosh, ladies, this was amazing. Thank you so much for a great lunch chat. And since we have everybody back on, Scott, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so as Sharon was speaking, Kayleen, I remembered that one of my favorite partners used to work with the Cobb Chamber, and it was Rob Garcia. I'm Sharon, I'm not sure if you were there when Rob was there.
I was. He's amazing. And we were very sad he moved to DC, but he played a very critical role in this, and was outstanding in leading. He actually was the first person to help us start Cobb Workforce Partnership, and miss him in DC and want to have him back in Georgia, but he's doing great things at a national level for workforce and has made some major strides for us for the country, more on the workforce area.
Yeah, he's great. And I think you answered one of my questions that I had for Dr. Barney, and that is Ceta a career academy, basically? And it sounds like it is. Is that right? Or is there something similar and something different about Ceta versus a career academy?
So we meet all the things of a college and career academy, except our governing is a little different. So technically we did not accept the Technical College System of Georgia grant money to open. This is all local money and local funding to open and fund this program. And so governing of Ceta relies with the Cobb Board of Education. And so that's really the primary difference between the two.
Got it. Yeah, Kayleen, college and career academies are a big deal in Georgia. We have a bunch of them all over the state. And so as Dr. Barney was talking, I was wondering if it was the same thing. It sounds like it's very similar, just a different funding and governing structure. So And then I don't know if you caught this, Kayleen, but Dr. Barney mentioned a summer camp. I think we need to look at some sort of construction summer camp. We need to talk about our Little Builders program with you as well, although that gets into younger ages, elementary school students, but definitely want to look at some summer camp options because we have a lot of ideas around something we could do there. So let's be sure and talk about that.
And we always want to engage the younger ones. The younger we can get them hooked,
100%.
then when they get ready to come to high school, they already know that this is what I want to do.
It's so important. All right, game on then, friends. Woohoo! We're going.
I love it.
I agree. Yeah, you want them to see and see, I mean, all the many facets to it. They don't realize how many technology components there are as part of that. And it's just important they have access to it and can really match their passion. But yeah, there's so many people that decide very early on what they want to do. And it's because they had exposure to that career.
It's terrific. Oh my gosh, the success rates in Cobb County are going to be ones they're going to write about. So Ms. Mason, Dr. Barney, thank you so much for joining us for lunch today and sharing all this terrific information. Scott, thank you also for hanging out because this, what a nice kind of wrap up. It's nice to, we're all friends. So again, if any of our viewers have any questions, feel free to text Career Path to 31996, or you can also check out cefca.org. Also check out all the amazing websites that we talked today. And then next week, join us for lunch where we'll be talking with Bronca Minnick with the Building Talent Foundation and some kind of cool stuff that they're doing there as well. So ladies, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week.
Yes,
thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Great to see y'all.
Yes, bye friends.